What it is, y'all boys? It's your boy Drix. Come on, say it with me. X head. Fuck. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Right now, we're finna react to this nigga Adam 22 interviewing his wife after she just had a whole fistful of BBC. A whole fistful of BBC in her mouth, in her body, her mind, body, and soul. I'm looking at the memes they posted. Memes. She making such eye contact with this man. It's and this nigga trying to. First, this nigga said he likes cucking. He said no. Then he said he watched the video and it was kind of hot. That makes you a cuck now, my nigga. You just watched your wife get greased by another man and you enjoyed it. You're a cuck. But we finna watch this interview. This shit an hour long. We're not watching this whole fucking interview. Where's the highlight part at? Shit. Where's the highlight part at?
No Jumper, coolest podcast.
No Jumper fell off since X died. Dave was only popping when X was on this shit.
And guys,
after that, Adam 22, I don't know what the fuck going on.
What you want.
Right now, for you to be some controversy, your girl got to get fucked.
I got the one and only Lena the Plug, my wife, on the pod.
She waited till they got married to do shit with other men. That's crazy. There's no correlation to that really from the outside aspect, but we don't know what the fuck Lena thinking, bro. She could have probably been fed up of this nigga Adam fucking so many different women and all this other shit. And she's like, let's wait on it. Because there's no way we get married and then you say, yeah, let's branch out. Not when this nigga's fucking like 18 to 20 different women on y'all own OnlyFans together, dog. Should have been offered to do another scene with a man. Now I'm seeing after this nigga talk about some let's have a threesome. It's like he's trying to wallow in the motherfucker. He's trying to desensitize it like, bruh, yeah, my wife fucked another guy. Shut
podcast
up,
to talk about recent events.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking about how like I'd probably never come on the podcast again, but
she's reposting posts and memes of like niggas saying, imagine another woman looking at a man like this. Imagine a woman you love looking at a man like this. They making such a lustful eye contact.
Another guy. Somehow I'm allowed to come on the podcast.
They're like, yo, I know there's a theory that you and him did not have sex. Posted a screenshot of her and the nigga having sex.
You thought you were never going to come on the podcast again?
I mean, it's just like, you know, no one wants the Lena the Plug interview, but then I someone else, and now it's like, oh, she needs an interview.
Okay, you did an adult scene with someone else.
I mean, but it's like, it's when I think about it, I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, when you were in your like mom TikTok era, probably that wasn't going to be the thing that made me like, okay, let's get her on. I had you on here, what, a year and a half ago with Flacco?
Yeah, I can't remember why we did that.
Just give you a little press.
Yeah.
Get some stuff out there.
I'd feel more comfortable if he was here. I feel really like uncomfortable with the fact that it's just you and I and we're going to talk about this in front of...
You feel uncomfortable talking to me, your husband, and you need another person here to ease off?
My brother-in-law, Josh.
He's not paying attention. He's not even in here.
Oh, he left?
No,
thank God. I was
Donnie.
like, oh, Josh is in here.
Don't put Josh on blast.
I just feel uncomfortable.
No, but this might actually be the first time that you and I have been on this podcast together, just you and I, right?
Yeah, it is the first time.
That's great.
Also, we got married.
We did get married.
That had to happen after she put a BBC in her.
Right.
That didn't constitute me coming on here, but this was.
And it's like, it's probably not even her first time having, like, you know what I'm saying, intercourse with a black man. Most likely not. But this is one of the niggas on Pornhub who are known to have one of the largest cocks in the industry, man.
Seems like an afterthought after the last week.
Yeah.
Not like actually, but in terms of content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even really talk about the marriage that much on here. Because it just seemed like it was so nice. It was great. The honeymoon was great.
Do you feel different? Because everyone's like, do you feel different now? I'm like, absolutely not. It's it's the exact same.
We made it official. We had a nice party with the friends and family and everything.
Went on the honeymoon.
But it's like, it's not like
and
the rules
no
changed. It's not like, oh, like we're going to do things differently now that we're married.
We already had the house, the kid, you know.
Yeah, we did most of the...
Kid?
serious stuff in advance.
The marriage was like, all right, I guess we should just do this too. Let's finish up. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, I guess. So, okay, this is the first thing that I thought might be useful for us to lay out. Is let's lay out the chronological order of how the idea of you even working with other people became a thing. Because I have a memory of maybe 6 months ago where you said something like, do you really think that we're going to go our whole lives without ever sleeping with other people? And in the context of like, I think we were talking about swinging at first.
Yeah, I mean, because people don't really know this about you and I, but you just mentioned it on the podcast, so now I can talk about it. That we had a threesome early in our relationship with another guy, and that was just like...
And like, tell me, do you really love your girl if you could watch her in bed with another man? Like, do you really love that partner? Or are you just such a sex crazed addict that it's just a turn on for you? Threesome early in the relationship, you see, this nigga like me don't want no threesome. I don't ever want to have that conversation down the line where it's like, oh, we had a threesome with another girl, let's have a threesome with another guy this time. That's a train. It's not a threesome. That's a train. It's not a threesome. The difference is, it's not much of a difference, but it's really what it entails. Let's look at this chain. We're gonna do 3 of these. You see how this part connects to this part? Hold on. See how this part right here connects to this part, which connects to this part, which connects to this. When you're looking at a train, you have a cart, and a cart. There's a link linking this cart and a link linking that cart. The cart in the middle is your girl. The cart on the left is you. The cart on the right is that man. It's both men structurally supporting that. It's both carts structurally supporting that one cart in the middle. If you are having a threesome with 2 men, your meats are the links. One meat in her mouth, one the opposite way. Train. Moving. That's it. There's no more. That's it. Yeah, it's 3 of you. It's a threesome, but it is a train. It is you and this nigga dominating your bitch. You letting this other nigga conquer your bitch in your presence, my nigga. But if it's a threesome with a girl, it's me and my girl fucking this bitch. We're degrading the girl that we're fucking. If it's 2 men, we're degrading you. And I'll be damned if I'm degrading my bitch with another nigga. I'll be damned. It's me and another girl. You can't link two ball sockets together. You have to have the chain that wraps around it. Can't be a train with 2 women. Unless the other girl uses a strap on, then you just ran a train on your girl. You know, it's nigga like me ain't for it.
Like, we went out, we partied, we had like a really fun, hot sexual experience, and we were always kind of down for like a little bit of freaky things.
There
But
was
like
two or three other people.
For people
in the
Like,
room.
who are like
Like,
hypersexual
we're
as
not
they
there
are
to
and
see
stuff
us,
like that and
but they
open with
just
it,
happened to
I
be in
guess
the
shit
room
like
'cause
that
I
is
was hanging
normal
out.
though.
This was
Yeah.
back in the Adam and Lena party era that didn't really last that long. And at that time, to be totally honest,
No
you
jumper
were
sponsored water is
pretty much a
crazy.
random girl to me.
Yeah.
We didn't have any kind of like
We went to
emotional
emo night.
connection. Oh my god!
That's where we were in our lives. We went to emo night, okay?
Shout out emo night. And
The fuck is emo night?
I've always been somebody who, throughout my life, there's been a bunch of different times where me and my homie might a girl together. Always enjoyed it with you that night. But then once we started to
Me and my homie just thrashed my bitch, right? And then I'll marry her after.
actually get closer,
You know what's crazy is that reaction that I did to the Zendaya movie where it's those 2 guys kissing on her neck. I think that's what happens in there.
closer to like dating, it became like, no, we're not talking about that anymore.
We literally never talked about it again, and then
maybe-
you talked about it on the podcast. the
We
other
maybe
day.
didn't talk about it for like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
I mean, also my friend went on to date the guy for a really long time, so that's probably also why we didn't talk about it.
that is a good point. Yeah.
But like, okay, when I think about that version of us and the version of us that isn't always gonna do, who's just very into sex and likes to try fun and new experiences, I was just like, are we really never gonna have an experience like that, even off camera, ever again?
And what spurred that conversation, I think, was the fact that we had multiple different couples on Plug Talk where either they were into the swinging thing or they just did with other people separately and stuff. And slowly it started to seem like, well, maybe this rule is kind of arbitrary.
Well, I think for us, it was also seeing those couples and seeing how turned on they got by having those sexual experiences with other people, which we had a lot in our relationship. When we would bring girls in, like, I would be so much more into you after and you'd be into me. It was like seeing your partner enjoying someone else's hot, it turns you on. So it's like, I feel like that is sort of like worn off for me because I've just gotten so used to it a little bit.
Exactly. That is the
fuck
problem
you
with
looking
us,
at,
you know?
Like, what I
Watch
feel
this,
like
but watch the clip.
you would think it's hot to watch me have sex with someone else because we already know you think it's hot. We did it once.
But that was like, my is in your mouth and he's in your vagina.
Yeah, I'm not saying you DP'd me, but like.
Right. But I'm just saying it's not like I was sitting in the corner because there's a whole narrative.
Okay, I don't think you're a cuck. Are you gonna go with this?
Well, it does seem kind of stupid to
The
deny.
cuck. Okay, so there's the cuck thing is different because cucks are supposed to be weak and
They're
they want to be
Yes.
made to feel lesser. And I don't think that that's you. I think that there's like the more swinging side of things where it's like you are turned on by your wife enjoying someone and then she comes back to you and you guys enjoy your own personal sexual experiences more with each other because she did that.
Right. But I mean, you have barely even done the thing that you're kind of inferring, which is like me going and fucking another girl and then just like telling you about it. Because the one time, I think it was only one time on Plug Talk where you woke up
first
and you were
one
sick
is
as a dog.
political.
So you couldn't.
The second one is
you couldn't
literal.
come to set that day.
It's a little
but it was a
confusing.
girl. Shout out Alva J.
Merge both
Everybody
of 'em.
Sign
Fuck
up
it.
on
Thinks I
onlyplugtalk.com.
have beef. Everyone thinks I have beef with her now because she did this. I don't.
No. Onlyplugtalk.com if you want to see the
Yeah.
scene. But me and Alva J, we did a scene while you were at home, sick as a
Puking.
dog.
Yeah.
And
Fucking a bitch while your girl's sick is crazy.
you didn't want to see it afterwards. You were actually a
Yeah,
little.
before you left the house, I was in bed. I remember I was like, okay, go do the scene. Don't tell me how it went when you come back, and I don't want to see any clips from it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is
I mean, she didn't like you doing that, my boy. I know he's gonna go fuck this bitch, but I don't want him to fuck this bitch, and I don't feel comfortable with him fucking this woman. But I'm still gonna let him do it.
Interesting.
Not me.
Because-
Please don't go do the scene, bro. Please. Ah! Babe. I didn't know you didn't like me doing it. Please don't. Babe. As soon as she pull out a cam, she fuck around, pull out a cam. Look at how he's acting. Go do what you doing. Alright. Deuces. As soon as she put the camera down, please don't go do the scene. Am I not good enough?
when you came back from doing this
Start
scene the other
geeking.
day,
I'm
I
start
wanted to hear about it. And
losing my mind.
I
It's that
wanted to know
process.
what I
You're
was gonna
sick.
find out.
Your girl
I
about to
wanted
go
know,
take
like,
a
what's the most extreme thing
BDC
that happened? How did it play out? That's more like me wanting to like manage
or a
whatever the
BWC.
fallout might have
Imagine
been,
like
more
what?
So than like trying to avoid. I don't know. Like, why did you
I
not
text
want to see
Adam
it?
after the scene. I don't even tell him the scene's done. I'm just like, do you want anything from Dave's Hot Fried?
How would you feel your girl just fucked another man, you know what I'm saying, for content? She doesn't even say, yeah, we're done, everything's wrapped up. To ease your mind, what she asks you is, well, then fuck that nigga. Anyways, you want anything to eat?
Fried chicken. I just like act like it didn't happen.
That is true, yeah. But okay, so we've had, I don't know, maybe 200 threesomes over the year. That was our rough
What the fuck?
estimate. Maybe like almost 100 on Plug Talk, plus a bunch in our private life, plus a bunch for your OnlyFans. And yeah, I don't know. Over time, we did just kind of start to sort of have that conversation. And at first, I think we considered the idea of like swinging on camera. Mm-hmm. And then that kind of seemed.
And you always suggested guys I would never want to fuck.
Yeah, that probably
It was always unfair trade.
intentional on my part.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. But I don't know. Like, it just kind of seemed like, well, if you are going to do it for the first time, we should roll it out in a way that actually is as exciting as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I was never really thinking about like a rollout per se.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also, like, I knew it was going to be a big deal just because, you know, outside of you, I have a pretty big adult fan audience, and they literally every single comment on anything I post is like, do a scene with the BBC, do a scene with whatever, this person, black, whatever. So I knew that my fans were going to be excited.
Black, whatever.
I did. But, and I knew that the wedding thing was going to be a factor because it's like, why all of a sudden after you get married? But I didn't think it was going to be this big.
But it's weird because,
bro, I do not watch. Yo, it's a lizard geeking on my shit. I don't watch corn a lot. You know what I'm saying? I just be chilling. So when my homeboys told me who this nigga was, and then they was looking at it, like my dog Gabe was like, bro, this nigga said that his meat is 10 inches on soft. He Kanye in this scenario. This nigga Kanye was like, so white boy with a 12-inch cock, look at my wife. My nigga, my girl just got superbly baked. And then she asked me if I want some food after. Yeah, babe, let's just continue like this didn't happen. And it's like I just said earlier, like for people like them who are like that, this shit just natural. It's second nature. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know why this time is such a big deal, bro. It's probably because it was the guy. What's his name? Johnny? Something Love. I don't know why it's such a big deal this time, you know what I'm saying? This is why people need to keep their private life off the internet, bro. We made the internet, you know what I'm saying? And niggas just started sharing everything about themselves on the internet, my nigga. Like, cool, you upload your, you know what I'm saying? You upload your, can't even call it love making, really. You upload your love making, but it's behind a paywall. So if you want to see it, you pay me, and then y'all make y'all income off that juice. But you already have the Say Cheese channel. She was already on her own little OF thing, and then, you know what I'm saying? Y'all had cheese, you know what I'm saying? But what's the harm in making more? We both like, you know what I'm saying, touching each other. But the moment it gets to the point where your fans get tired of seeing you and that same girl, how you react? It's like, yeah, me and you have done multiple scenarios where we fucked this and we did that. But like so Illuminati ass, Adam, this is your wife now. This isn't your, you know what I'm saying? This isn't your girlfriend. This is your wife now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I know niggas just have a girlfriend for however long, not marry them, because that's not something they want or going to be prepared. But when they marry them, that's when they want to lock it in. You know what I'm saying? That means I want this girl to be mine forever. You make that decision, and then now it's time for her to branch out. She's tired of the Adam 22. She's tired of the Adam 2.2, my nigga. Now she wants the variety, all solo. While y'all married, it's a different aspect. Because if it wasn't like that, you wouldn't been in the interview saying you was jealous of it at first and shit like that. If it was just casual, you and her doing y'all usual. She fucked another man. She did that.
we had been talking about it.
What are you gonna do when your fans want to see more videos and content of her with other people but you?
Even though we hadn't made a hard decision on
It was weird because that's the message I sent to Jason. I was like, hey, I'm going to get married and on my honeymoon, but when I come back, we should shoot.
Right.
And he was like, okay.
What's his name?
Honeymoon. Because that's the message.
It was in the air, even though we hadn't made a hard decision on.
It was weird because that's the message I sent to Jason. I was like, hey, I'm going to get married and on my honeymoon, but when I come back, we should shoot.
Right.
And he was like, okay.
And a lot of people seem to think that it being him or it being a black dude was the thing. But what people don't know is that when we were talking about it, there was a couple of different people that we were considering, and it's not like they were all black dudes.
No, there's only a few guys in the industry who are like big on social media, very well known by like just right when you look at them, you know that guy, you know, and I wanted my first scene to be like, you know, a big scene.
And it's worth mentioning that we did a TikTok in Vegas back in January where and this might have been like the first time we ever even joked about it on camera, but I said to him doing a little TikTok, I said, who's the hottest girl here? And then he like put his arm around you and walked away with you. And that, I believe, has like 9 million views on TikTok. And that, if we were trying to like minimize the amount of people who were suggesting that you do a scene with another guy, that was probably not the best idea because that made everybody want to talk about it, right?
Yeah. He was like the obvious choice. I was like, oh, I have to go with him. This is what the audience wants. There's 9 million views on this video.
Definitely. So, okay, going into it, how did you feel?
Okay. So I didn't really know the shoot was gonna happen.
Finally, they talk about it. Damn.
It all happened so fast because in my
only
head
been
I was
9
like,
minutes.
oh,
It's
this
only
is
been
gonna be
9
my
minutes. I'm
debut
tripping.
scene. I'm gonna need like 2 months out. I'm gonna go hard in the gym.
I don't know about debut scene. I mean, I am a human being, right?
No, but like, sorry. But like everyone's talking about it like it's my first scene, and obviously it's not my first scene. I've been doing this for 7 years with you,
Right.
but like my debut scene with another man.
Another man. There we
Okay.
go. A different man.
A different man.
A different but equal but
Yes.
man, right? Everybody in the room is laughing just in case anybody wants to
feel
know
like I'm
where
fully
the
red in the face
snickering
right
is
now.
coming from.
But anyways, in my head, every girl does this, right? You have a photo shoot. You're like, I'm preparing for my photo shoot. I'm gonna look good. This, that. I had all this shit in my head of like what I was gonna do to prepare.
But for me, I'm getting excited. It's Saturday, and I'm about to play poker tournaments on Sunday, so I'm excited for that. And then Saturday morning, we're going to get breakfast, and you're like, "Hey, Jason is in town. I might shoot that scene tomorrow." And I'm like, "Huh, okay."
Yeah,
Like,
it was awkward. My sister was there. She's like, I don't want to be here for this conversation.
okay, and so. Yeah, I don't know. You continue.
I mean, and then I just
You're gonna
walked away. I
stop
was like, I think
awkward
I'm gonna do
laughing what
Jason
you're
tomorrow. And you were
saying,
like,
woman.
Okay. And I walked away. I went to wash the dishes or something, and then I come back, and you're just like,
Ooh, W woman. W woman right there. She went to go wash the dishes. You fucked that other man. But you had my house clean though.
no facial, no kissing. Okay, that was like the extent of the come back, and you're just like, no facial, no kissing. Okay, that was like the extent of the conversation.
Right.
And then I left the next day to do it, and you barely said bye to me because you were playing poker.
I said bye. I mean, I'm playing 8 tables at the same
Yeah.
time. I mean, it's kind of hard, but
And then
I'm so glad that I was doing something that is like
yeah.
requiring of the most cognitive load possible. So it made it kind of hard to think about it while it was happening. And then by the time you got back home, I'm like basically like finishing up poker then. So I didn't really have a ton of room to think about it
Yeah.
while it was occurring, which was nice.
it was the best place for you to be, for sure.
because that is
No kissing, no facial. No kissing, no facial. I would rather she kiss this nigga than suck this nigga's dick. Cause she said no facial. But that head is still gonna happen. I would rather you kiss my bitch than put your dick in my bitch mouth.
kind of my happy place that I don't get to do very
But kissing is sensual, bro. Kissing is sensual, bro. Kissing is sensual. Like a nigga like me, if I was in the Adam 22 position, I'll never be because I'm not a nigga like that. I would have never said anything like that, and then I just would have let her did the scene. And then after, I would have had major issues because she probably would have did whatever she felt was comfortable, and I didn't voice that I don't want you to do this or that. I would have just been like, it's common sense. It's like if you with a nigga, you're not gonna want to make out with this nigga in the scene. You're not gonna let this nigga put his kids on your, spray his fire hose on your face and shit like that. So I probably would have. I would have had to leave though, because it's like at this point, we already stuck in this lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be way more times when you do this with other men. First time was a mistake, and I can't accept any. I could accept that, but mistake is too large. I didn't voice my issue. I didn't voice it, but that's my fault. But on the end, I gotta protect my peace first, bro. At the end, I gotta protect my happiness first, bro.
very often. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so
I was so nervous, like beyond nervous. And I'm even nervous that it's going to come out because I'm like, I wonder if it showed in the scene. But I was there for a couple hours getting hair and makeup or whatever, and then I had to go and get Jason and bring him in, and we had to take photos, and we just started taking pictures, and I was like, stop, like leave. I have to take pictures of myself. I cannot take pictures with you right now. There was like so much guilt, even though I knew that you had said yes, you'd given me your blessing. The cameraman's like, it's not cheating. He's just like trying to remind me. He's like being my, like, you know, I had no girls with me to like just cheer me on or anything. He was being my little
you said something
buddy.
about how your makeup artist or your hair person was like your therapist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They were being my therapist.
So you're like talking it through it with them, like, oh, I feel terrible. I'm about to fucking cheat on Adam.
Yeah, I was super, super nervous.
Right.
I don't know. I just felt really uncomfortable. I mean, I told you that, like, when we were in France last month, we went to the club and these guys were trying to dance with me, and I literally left the dance floor and I sat on the couch by myself because I felt so uncomfortable.
Right.
I didn't know what to do, and it felt like it was cheating. Like, even if I just bumped into a guy dancing, and here I am, I have to have sex with somebody, and it's gonna be filmed and put online.
Right.
So, yeah, it was a lot. It was really hard.
Hard.
Yeah.
What was hard?
The nerves. I don't know.
Oh, she's not in on the joke. It's like a penis pun. But okay, so you
Ain't get the nigga joke. You not getting my jokes now? I'm not funny no more.
you shoot the scene, and like, did you feel like you got out of the nervousness at a certain point, or like how did that transpire?
I don't know. I'm trying to think if I did get out of the nervousness at all. I kept like putting the scene off. I remember we were filming like intro teaser stuff, fully clothed, whatever, and then I just kept like, oh, I have to go do this. I'll be right back. Like, I just kept putting it off.
Yeah.
And then in the moment when I had to finally do it, I don't know. I just hope it looks good. I feel like I blacked out at some point.
Ironically, you blacked out.
Shut the fuck up.
Black.com. But it's not on there. A lot of people
it's
seem to
not on
think that it's on black.com. Yeah.
Jason is blacked like star, so that's
Right.
why he's like synonymous with blacked. But no, it's on our OnlyFans.
A lot of people seem to think that you doing this was part of, well, A, they think that you've cheated on me a lot over the years probably, and that this was just kind of like more of that.
Cheat on me, you guys.
Okay. You put yourself out there as like a non-cheater so much, where I was like, yeah, I cheated in 2017 or whatever, but you know, I felt like I wasn't really doing a whole lot to like hide it.
Listen, we're not going to talk about the past. I'm going to get mad all over
And I feel
again.
bad. I feel bad. It was wrong.
You guys don't understand. I went to shoot this scene, and Adam has been low-key calling me a cheater as a
Oh, but
joke.
that's a joke. Come on.
Or like the other day, I was like, "Can you help me with the laundry?" And he was like, "I'm having a really hard time. How dare you?" And I'm just like, "You're throwing this shit in my face, even though you're a part of it." I low-key feel like you're less mad because it's viral, and you're like into being viral.
I will say that having seen.
You can't react as you would want to react. Adam is a social media person. Any other nigga would probably break down crying. They just found out. But also the social media is also helping him take the load off. The jokes and shit like that. It's like, yeah, they will hurt, but then you run across, it's like all your jokes are bringing you down, and then you see that one funny joke, it's like, shit. It'll help him in the long run, but deep down when he's by himself, alone at night or whatever the hell, nah.
Seeing how viral it went, it now seems kind of insane that I ever would have like potentially stood in the way of you doing this, just because this is obviously such an amazing thing for your career as well as mine. Like, we're not going to state dollar amounts, but even just like the money that I've made off of talking about this on YouTube and Snapchat has been kind of ridiculous. And then like
You're welcome.
Plug Talk has been, that's a very weird framing, but the amount of additional signups that we've gotten on onlyplugtalk.com has been kind of insane.
Yeah.
Just seeing like how crazy this has been. And also like, it's a weird thing where like, at a certain point in my life, you're scared of like people shitting on you, or you want to avoid people shitting on you. And then at a point like right now, it's like, oh, I'm just getting so destroyed by people making fun of me that it's like, you just got to roll with it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like in my first or second year as an online person, shit bothered me a lot more. None of the comments about this have bothered me. People calling me a terrible person, terrible wife, whatever.
Right.
I don't take any of it, like even 1% of it seriously.
Well, there are definitely lines of things that people say that I don't like, though.
Oh.
When they bring your motherhood into it, that's one thing I don't like, because you are an amazing mother.
I mean, I feel like it doesn't bother me at all because I just like, I know it 100%.
Your son can't go to school. If he went to school around the time I went to school, your son would have killed himself. To be honest with you. And that's not even a joke. The jokes that he would have been made on that man's head would have been insane. Like, if Kim K kids went to school with me, they would have been shitted. Not a day. The fuck is you talking? Why are you talking, bruh? Don't let me bring Ray J through this shit. You give your mom that BBC treatment once again, nigga. Shut the hell up. crack session. You look like a razor. Blah 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 blah. Nigga. Why is he laughing? Hey, come here. Just one word. Ray. Shut up, nigga. Like, you wouldn't have no talking space, cuz. You wouldn't have no talking space. Your grandma catwalk with her knees. Ah! Come here, Saint. It's time for you to catch this cook session. Like, you wouldn't be able to
does
fight.
not affect how I am as a mother.
It's like, if you
And,
send your kid, like, you see, that's why people like this can never send their kids to a regular school. They gotta know how to fight or something. Because if they don't,
he's gonna judge mommy. Like, I'm not gonna raise that kind of kid. He's
Yeah.
gonna believe in that double standard.
I noticed like
I
To
hear
grow
what she
up
said.
and not judge daddy for all the things he did, but is gonna judge mommy. Like, I'm not gonna raise that kind of kid.
if your kid's gonna grow up a man, I'm gonna be frank with you. Yeah, daddy's wrong for fucking all these women. But my woman, he's sitting there getting conquered by all these other men. Granted, you can be a woman who wants to have sex. Like these niggas aren't flirting with you and telling you to pull up. You flirting with them and getting them to pull up. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Ever. It does not.
yeah.
Always gonna be
in that
like,
double
bruh, my
standard.
girl out here
I
getting
notice,
conquered.
Like, every conversation
She
I have
had
about it with
15,
people is
18
like,
sex
they
partners.
lay it out. They
Like right now at
say,
21, a
"Are
girl
you
tells me
jealous?
she
Are you
had like
mad?"
12.
We have
I'm
that
not fucking with
conversation.
you.
And then they
12?
kind of hit a wall.
We graduated
because
3
it's
years
like,
ago.
Oh, you're two consenting adults, and you decided to do something kind of freaky.
You
in
haven't
our
had
case,
one
on camera.
long relationship since
So then
then.
they start doing the kid thing.
And you
Because
think
it's
I'm
like,
gonna be the
nowhere
one to
else
settle
go
down with you?
Because you can't blame me.
Listen,
or
I
you for
could be
doing
that
something
one that
we
settles you
want
down,
to
that
do,
brings you
or,
off your pivot, but I'm
you
not
do
gonna
whatever
be
you wanna
that
do on
one.
camera. It's
We
like,
were
how can
already
you
doing
Not
it,
me
so, like,
morally,
we're supposed to
not
stop
me
now?
mentally.
Right.
I'm
I mean,
not
it's
settling
already
for
out
that.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Because, and that's another thing is I notice a ton of dudes.
You gotta have more care for
speak
yourself
about it
if you wanna
and
fuck with a
talk
nigga like
about
me.
it as if this was happening to them, but their wives or girlfriends are not porn stars, and they're not like, you know, if my girl had never been naked online, if we had never shared all these other girls or whatever, then would I find it like so shocking that I wouldn't even be able to imagine it? Yeah. Probably. But like the same way that you've gotten kind of like numb.
But you're in the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just like you said, you're in this life already. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not really strange, but it's the timing and her status. Like, y'all, before, I don't know when they got married, but before y'all got married, y'all could have just broken up. And then you decide, yeah, this is the girl I want to spend the rest of my life with. This isn't somebody you just said, yeah, me and her can make content forever, this and that. We can fuck other women together. This is, I want to spend the rest of my life with this woman, mind, body, and soul. After you decide to sign the, you know what I'm saying, the wedding, after you done finalized everything, said the vows to each other, then everything, all this, all that, she goes ahead and says, yeah. It's like, you guys said you were talking about it, and it's like, yeah, he's in town. It's time for me to go get broke. Meanwhile, it's like, this nigga didn't even say bye in her head because of what she just stated here. It's like, damn, he didn't even really say bye. If you see in a scenario like that, I'm acting a little iffy, you as my girl should be like, okay, he's definitely not comfortable or as comfortable as he should be with me doing this scene, and I'm not going to do this scene. But it's still, I'm going to go do that scene. It's like, okay.
To seeing me fuck
Yeah,
other
the
girls.
world has seen
At a
other
certain
people
point,
naked,
it
but
just
it's because
started to
you
feel
be
like
out
it
here
wasn't
fucking
that
other
big a deal.
girls.
Now,
A
obviously, it was
nigga
a
can't
deal.
even
There was
really
definitely
be
something
mad
because,
about her
especially, like,
BDCing,
maybe, like, the
BDC
day
jump
after,
roping, my nigga.
I had a little bit of buyer's remorse where I was just like a little bit like sick to my stomach of
It was
just
a
like
lot of this. I didn't know what mood I was gonna get you in for a few days there.
yeah. And I mean, even when I was telling Destiny and Crip Mac, which
How
is
is
like
it
about the
usually when
weirdest
Adam
audience I
has
could
sex with another
possibly
girl,
had
though?
for it,
Back.
when I
Like, if
told
your
you
girl
I was
is
gonna talk about it with
bisexual
them,
or
you're just
something like
"You
that?"
serious? Like,
I was like, why are you?
I don't think
I
it's much
I
of
had
an
not
issue
planned on
with
like
her
talking
when you
about the
fuck
scene
another
until closer to the
woman
time it was going to come out, and you
Adam
were like,
isn't
it was like you needed
bisexual.
therapy.
He's
You're
a
like, I'm
straight
going to go into the
man
office and I'm going to
watching
talk
his
to
girl
Chris
fuck
and Destiny
another
about it.
man.
No, yeah, at a certain point, I was just like, listen, if I have to talk about it, I'm just going to talk about it on the podcast. I'm not going to shy away from it. I'm not going to act like it's not happening. I'm just going to talk about it. And Destiny is
Your
probably
finger
like one of
tats.
the best
What
people
the
I could have
fuck?
the
Ease
conversation
and
with.
tent?
Crip Mac, maybe not
Ease
so
tent?
much. Like, his first thing he said was, oh, I know you
That
was
tattoo
mad,
on your
huh?"
face.
So it's like immediately he's
lot of
kinda,
niggas
like,
be doing
writing the
useless
narrative
shit.
for me.
I mean, I feel like there was times where you got mad at me, but I feel like it's part of it is like we were learning each other's boundaries.
Yeah.
I came home and maybe was a little too honest with you, but you were like asking me a lot of questions,
Right.
and I didn't know how to not.
It's because I want to know, but I don't want to know, but I want to know. It's like I ask you these questions because I want to know. I want the knowledge. The knowledge is gonna shock me, shock factor, shock value. But it's better to know than to not know, because now he has to watch the video and see that you probably did that and did this and did that. It's like, yeah, in the process of it, it's anger, probably disrespect, probably this, probably that. But it's easier for you to let your partner know than them to find out always.
Not answer your questions.
Right.
So yeah.
And then
now
you're
that
not
I've
answering the
seen
question is
bits
gonna
and
make
pieces
it
of the
even
video
worse.
as
It's
well.
like,
That's what's kind of weird too, is realizing like the whole world seems to have decided that being a cuck is a bad thing, or like that your girl getting fucked by someone else is a bad thing. I don't know. I'm not like, I was not horrified by it. I'm not like upset by it. I'm not going to say that this is going to be something that I'm going to be fucking pounding my dick to, but
I hope you watch the scene and I hope you jerk
yeah,
off.
see,
we're gonna end it right here. We're gonna end it right here. I'm not gonna watch their whole 53 minutes, 29-second video of them talking about his girl again, you know what I'm saying? Off of that, I really don't need much more on that. We all know what the, you know what I'm saying, what the resolution was, what, you know what I'm saying, what it all was. I was just trying to check it out, see what Adam was talking about and all this other shit. I don't personally want to watch this any further, to be honest with you, because it's just gonna be them stating how both of them were comfortable with it or somehow and whatever. But you, like, that joke right there was crazy, but that's because Adam is trying to speak in a way, well, I'm guessing that Adam's trying to speak in a way where it's not affecting him a lot, because if it affects him a lot, the jokes will probably be worse. Like, you don't want to become a Michael Jordan meme. You don't want to become that. It's like, hey, I hope you watch the scene and jerk off. I just said it's not something that I want to beat off to. This is not the time for jokes, bro. You just got plowed by another man. Let's see what they say.
said that last night, is that you are really turned on by the idea of me seeing it and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? I didn't know that was going to be one of the effects of this.
I don't know, because I know that you think it's hot. We've had more sex since I fucked Jason than we usually have in like a month.
I got an abrasion.
Because, bro, that's like, fuck. You think he do it better than me, huh? You think he does it better than me? Nah, watch this. Flipperoo! Adam, I sincerely hope that, you know what I'm saying, the world lets this scenario go. You know what I'm saying? So you and your girl could continue living your regular, you know what I'm saying, porn stars, social aspect lives. Yeah, to be real, bruh, it's like, yeah, the world gonna make it tough, even if you wasn't gonna take it as tough as you would have. Now you taking it extremely tough because of the internet, or if you're taking it tough behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all make it past this. It looked like y'all good enough to talk about it on the podcast. Really, even if I had an issue with it, I would still talk about it on the podcast, because I know it's gonna bring me chest. So I would do it, but I'd still be so angry. So disappointed, so mad, so angry at myself, wondering what pathway did I take to lead into another man now conquering my wife. But then that's always that one stance thinking, because Adam, you have fucked multiple women with your girl. You done said y'all had 300 threesomes or some shit. So Sharon is used to you, you know, you used to Sharon. Sharon is caring for you, you know what I'm saying? So whatever, y'all boys. It's your boy Drix. Hold on, y'all see. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hit the weights a little bit more. Gotta do a little bit more. I want to start doing body. I ain't gonna cap. I gotta do chest. chest and abs and shit, you know what I'm saying? Get a little something right there, you know what I'm saying? It's like the arms look a little cool. We'll still do the arms, still do the pull-ups. But I gotta add a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I add a little bit more. And then I gotta do legs. I gotta do legs. I'm gonna do legs. You gotta hit the gym, get some weighted things on my legs, to be real. There's a reason the nigga's stuck here. I have no car. I just be in the crib all day, every day. Y'all don't understand where I live at. But either how, man, a nigga gonna get you. A nigga gonna get himself right. Mind, body, and soul. Come outside and drop these funny ass videos for you. Because Adam Tooney, this shit's crazy. Anyways, this is your boy Drix. Come on, say it with me. Come on, say it with me. Rub your hands together. Say it with me, prep. We're gonna say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. It's your boy Drix. D-R-I-X. And I'm out. Hey, y'all boys, pray for Adam, though. That nigga ain't eating days.